Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a tracer hair tutorial from Overwatch. If you like how my hair looks and you want to replicate the same thing for your wig or your natural hair, then keep watching. If you are following this tutorial for a wig, then you might want to be a lot more gentle than I'm going to be in this video, just so you don't rip the hair out of the wefts. I personally think it would be a lot easier to do a wig because my hair is not perfectly straight, so it's you can kind of see like little frizzies and stuff, and that would not be the case if you had a wig. So also you don't have to gum up your hair, but if you want to do it on your real hair, I say go for it. It's pretty fun, and you can kind of backcomb and be a little more rough than you would be with a wig. I have a similar haircut and color right now, so I figured it'd be a good time to do it. Keep in mind that you would have to have pretty thick hair. I would say I have quite a bit of hair, and I think that's what's gonna help make this style kind of stick. So I'm gonna get started. Alright, so I'm starting off here, just sectioning out my hair. I parted on the side because she has that side part, and then I'm sectioning off the bangs because I don't want to blow dry the rest of my hair down. So yeah, you just want to angle the hairdryer down so that you blow the bangs in the direction that hairs go. You can see I have like a mohawk, and so I was just trying to flatten my hair down as much as I possibly could. Going through the middle with the hairdryer, you want to try to stick it up as much as possible. I did bend over for part of this, and I cut that out because you couldn't really see anything, but you want to just kind of hang upside down and blow your hair straight up. Since my hair naturally has a lot of wave and frizz, I had to straighten my bangs out along with a lot of the rest of my hair. So you can go ahead and skip this part if your hair is already straight or if you're using a wig. When I was straightening the middle part, I did try to turn the hair straightener to try to curve my hair more like her spikes. So you can see my hair is kind of already starting to take shape. I don't know if it's just my hair texture or what, but it seemed to kind of want to do what hers does naturally. If your hair isn't making spikes on its own, then you should use a hair straightener or a curling iron to try to curve the ends of your hair in. Right here, I'm just twisting the ends. I'm not using any gel or anything. I'm just kind of like sort of mapping where I'm gonna put the spikes later. So here I'm using a really highly bristled brush. I don't know what you call it. It's for teasing though. And d.va hairspray. I think it's the strongest one that you can find, and you can get that in any grocery store. So here I'm just going in and twisting and kind of like backcombing behind the hair, because you don't want to backcomb the front because then the front would be too frizzy and you don't want that. And here again, I'm just going in with the straightener and curling the ends. So yeah, the back looks a little weird right now, but I fix it later and it looks a lot better. Something I would have done a little bit differently right here is that I would have maybe sectioned out the spikes a little more, because towards the end you'll start to see that the spikes from the side don't look so great and they look a little too thin. But if you add a little more volume to the spikes themselves, then you will end up with something that looks a lot better than mine. From the front it looks okay though, but from the side I didn't prefer it. I would have redid it a little nicer, but my hair was already so sticky. When you're using the hairspray, you want to spray towards the base so that you get that spike standing like straight up. If you don't, then they're probably going to fall down throughout the day, and if you're cosplaying, then it won't be very good. And then after you spray the base, you want to hit it with the hairdryer to really cement that hairspray in and make that hold really strong. So what I did is I just looked at a picture of Tracer while I was doing this. So that I don't really have any advice for that. It's just, you're just gonna have to check out a picture of her and see that where her spikes are at and kind of mimic that on your own hair. Be careful on the back though, because I accidentally made a spike in the back. You'll see it, and I take it out later because it ended up not looking very good when I did a 360. I think that's when I started doing the one in the back, and it didn't turn out so good, so don't do that. I think a good way to do the back might be just to swoop all of the hair in the back from the left to the right to try to get that motion, because her hair goes from left to right, the spikes. So if you do the back the same way, I think it flowed pretty nicely. Yeah, you can see that spike that I just touched. That's the one that I take out later because it didn't look very good. Actually, a lot of what makes the style really hold, I think, is like all the twisting, especially on the ends. If you spray the hairspray and then twist it or hair dry it into place, then it really wants to stay. And you can even hit the tips with some gel later. Yeah, you can see that one weird one. I take that one down later so that it looks a lot better. So yeah, I'm not very good at makeup, but I just included this just to show you guys that I didn't randomly start looking a lot better. And here I just contouring because like her nose is really small, and mine is also small, but it's a little longer, and she has like kind of like a turned up nose, so I wanted to try to mimic that. And here I was just looking at a picture of her on, you can see that it's on the left because I keep looking over there. I just tried to add some contour wherever there's any dark spots on her face. And I don't have her goggles, but I did have these glasses, so I thought that might help complete the look a little better. Okay, so here's the final result. I think if I were to do this again though, I would have more of a plan. I just kind of like started twisting randomly and making random points across my head, but I think I would have gone in and sectioned off instead. So maybe you guys can try that out and let me know how it works. My only thing that I couldn't really get quite right was she has that little piece on the left that sticks up, but my hair is not short enough to do that. So I kind of just like pinned over a piece of hair from the middle. But if you're using a wig or your natural hair is a little shorter than mine, then you can either cut it or you can just style one of the little spikes over here instead. So I tried to do some makeup. I'm not good at makeup at all. I just know that I needed to kind of like contour on the sides and on the like tip of the nose, because her nose is like a little like button nose. And so I did on the sides and like right here, kind of on the top, and then a little bit across the middle. Obviously I have this like long tail thing, so there you go. Yeah, my bangs right here, they're a little too short, I guess, but she has like that one long piece that goes all the way across. So if you're doing your wig, like don't cut it like how mine looks, just keep how long it is and just spray it all the way across so that it looks more like hers. And then another thing I would have done different is I would have like maybe stuck this up a little more, because I know hers doesn't stick down on her head. So, but yeah, otherwise, a couple of my spikes are a little too long, but I feel like when it all comes together, it's okay. So hopefully this helped you guys. I used to have a mohawk, and I used kind of the same techniques that I used to use when I would put that up, which is just spraying hairspray in the base. And these things are kind of indestructible at this point. I might need to put a little bit more like gel or pomade on the tips to make them more spiky. But other than that, you're good to go. And even if somebody like squashes your hair down, it will still pop back up because the hairspray that I'm using is so strong. So I hope you guys liked this video, and if it was helpful to you, leave me a comment below and let me know how it turned out for you. All right, bye guys.